fuck, man, that guy's a wild boy. Like, he just, like, befriended the bartender. That being said, we were, like, if they would have... Keeping us in their bar exponentially made them money. Because they would have made a lot less money without, like, the 10 of us there.
Yeah.
But, like, at one point, his one buddy was, like, pitching him ice cubes, and he was using a menu to, like, bat them. And then he let go of the menu by one point. It flew out of his hands and, like, cracked into the wall in the bar. I literally turned and looked at the bartender, and he went... And kept on going like nothing happened. He's standing on chairs yelling, "Twist my dick!
Twist this dick!
Twist this dick!" Hello and welcome to another episode of 7 Days Makes 1 Week. I'm Freddie P, back in the original place to be. To my right is Big Dan Z. I really wish that rhymed with Z instead of Z, but it's all good. We got Zach in the kitchen pulling out the chicken out of the oven. We're going to do a little hot sauce challenge here in a little while. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully burn our faces off. What's going on, Dan? How's life?
You know, life's not too bad right now. This weekend's been one of the best weekends I've had in a little while. It's been nice. I'm actually able to get some sleep too, which is good. And yeah, life's looking all right. How about yourself?
Things are good. Life's all right. Another day, another dollar. The real question about life is how Zach's 2 weeks cruise was.
Yes.
It was actually a lot of fun. One member of our party, my sister's partner, was seasick the whole time.
Ooh.
So she was locked in her room for the most part.
That sucks.
That's unfortunate.
Had to spend some time at the infirmary and everything. But for the most part, like all the excursions, the scuba diving and waterfalls and that kind of stuff.
You spent time at the infirmary, or she did?
She did. But we got to go snorkeling while she was sick, so that was kind of fun. Sucks for her, but it is what it is. You don't never know till you step on the boat, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And then we got stranded in Calgary on our way back, which wasn't the best time, but now we're back. So.
How long were you stranded for?
Well, our flight from Orlando when we were supposed to come back was 3 hours late.
Yeah.
So we didn't make our connection in Calgary for the last flight of that night, and then the next two flights were booked for the morning completely. So we got in at like 1 o'clock in the morning and didn't fly out till 9 p.m. the next night.
I just would have drove.
Yeah,
Well, that's what we wanted to, but rentals were like $350 for the day because apparently Pearson was effed up, Vancouver, whatever airport they have was effed up. So there was a bunch of people stranded in Calgary. So everything was very, very... Like even the Uber from the airport 4 kilometers down the road to the Holiday Inn was $47 just because it was surge pricing.
Who were you with? WestJet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have made them pay for
We
it.
tried to, but when we flew in, there was nobody there. All the counters were closed. It was too late. Then we went there the next morning, and they basically... When we got there, they hooked us up with the Holiday Inn and then like a bunch of meal vouchers and stuff. So, plus my sister didn't really want to drive the QE2. It had just snowed and everything too. So we just kind of hung out on their dollar. But
What are you looking at me like that for?
Dan
Sounds
would have
like a
driven.
Fred thing.
Yeah.
Don't want to drive because it just snowed.
Well, yeah.
That
Smart,
highway's
intelligent
treacherous.
people.
These Canadians living in a place where it snows 6 months of the year. Oh,
That's
it's not
because
going
we
in for
know.
6 months.
That's because we know.
We're just smart enough to not make stupid decisions. I don't know what you're...
I never had to call you for a tow out of a ditch.
Yeah, I hit the ditch. It is what it is. It was too snowy. I hit the
Making
ditch.
smart
all hit the
decisions that
ditch.
day, right?
That's why I don't make those decisions. I'm also sitting next to the guy that's like, yeah, man, I white-knuckled to Vancouver to and from, like he's got something to prove to somebody until he fucking hits a moose and kills himself in the middle of the fucking mountains, has no tow truck for 6 hours.
Get some side neck action, you know?
Yeah, and you
moose
sit there and
kicks
we'll
the head.
see who's the fucking smart guy. Like, fuck.
Hey, that's
The
not
guy
much
does
being
24-hour drives in whiteout conditions and says, oh, man, I was white-knuckling, like I'm going to give him props for it. I'm like, buddy, you're a fucking idiot.
Thank you.
I'm not going to be like, man, you're so
appreciate
fucking good driver, dude. That was awesome. I'm going to be like, you're a fucking moron, dog.
Happy to be back.
Perfect.
Like, people making smart decisions can't be shit on, man. Yeah, why not wait for it to stop snowing and take a much less stressful drive, especially when someone's paying to put me up somewhere?
Yeah. I'd rather go home. I'd rather
Oh,
just be at home.
we wanted to go home too.
Yeah, everyone
but it
wanted
was
to go home.
6 of one, half a dozen the other. Either we risk it and pay $350 and then we wait 2 weeks to get our rental fee back because we already have travel insurance, so everything in for the missed wages and the Uber rides and everything that's already been submitted. But it's going to be weeks till we get that back. So we just said, what's another 18 hours ish, 19 hours. We had to check out of the hotel at noon, so we were just staying at the airport. We didn't go in through security, so we just hopped out, smoked joints, and went back in and hung out.
Yeah.
First time flying with weed on me too, which was a very weird feeling. Even though I'm sure you guys have done it many times.
It's still a weird feeling.
It's super weird because you can't travel with opened alcohol, but you can have an open bag of pre-rolls.
Like from Calgary to Edmonton.
Yeah, not
international.
Like,
I was like, what? I was like, I was just going from Mexico.
No, but there was some dispensaries down in Florida that in my mom's like redneck area of Florida. It's called Bushnell. That have like the pretty gray area. So we got like actual THC gummies and some real weed and everything.
Yeah,
it was not bunk. And no card, just like come in, don't say anything here, walk out. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, my mom found it for us, which is nice.
There's always guys on the beach down there too.
That's true.
They'll hook you up.
Yeah, but that's usually pretty shitty weed. Beach weed's usually pretty shitty.
Yeah, the stuff we found in Puerto Rico was not very good. And then the
Yeah.
stuff we found in, not St. Thomas, Tortola, which is the British Virgin Islands. It was like, the guy's like, how much you got? We're like, $40. Think we're going to get like a quarter. He's like, I'll give you 3 joints. I was like, nah. And he's like, that's all I can do. And I was like, well, fuck it. We're paying for convenience right now. So.
Yeah.
And then
That's what happened in Mexico too. I think it was like $50 for an eighth or $60 for an eighth, and it was the worst weed I ever smoked in my life.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just terrible. I fucking hate international weed. It's the worst, man. That's
You
like the
gotta go to
worst thing about traveling.
You
Is
gotta go to the
finding
right
weed
destinations,
places.
bro. Right destinations.
Okay, so Amsterdam and Jamaica.
And Barcelona.
You've been to Amsterdam?
No.
Oh.
But he's saying pick the right destination.
Oh, yeah, those would be the right destinations. And maybe
Thailand.
Afghanistan.
It's super illegal in Thailand to smoke weed. Yeah, you can get it readily available, but it's super illegal. Yeah, there's Thai sticks, but it's not kosher to smoke weed in Thailand. He's on it.
No, Bernard just opened the first dispensary there. Or was that one of the other Asian countries?
I-
wouldn't have been
If
Taiwan. It would
there's
definitely
anywhere
be
in
Thailand.
Asia that weed is
Thailand's
legalized,
legal.
that's news to me.
Okay, well, you're definitely behind. There's definitely at least one Asian country where that's allowed. Hold on, burners.
Thailand made it legal to cultivate and possess marijuana as of Thursday. This was Friday, June 10th, 2022, so just about a year ago.
Sick.
Yeah, so-
But they're also trying to discourage people from smoking it. They want you to have it in other ways, through edibles and everything. And I know in the Philippines, which is maybe where you were thinking of, like, weed is, you're going to jail forever for weed.
Even Thailand a couple of years ago, apparently, like, my girlfriend and her family, or my ex-girlfriend and her family were all saying it was super illegal there.
Yeah, because this said it's just recent, which, yeah.
Made
I
open a
think you're
dispensary
right.
in Bangkok, like about 2 months ago. Very successful. I was gonna say, there's lots of places. Even Germany's gonna have recreational cannabis soon. It's just taking the new government a little time to write that into their legislation and shit. But it's not gonna be much longer. It's about knowing the right people. Even if you go to London, man, let me know. I'll hook you up with the right people.
The Mandem?
The Mandem, yeah, but the good Mandem. The OG Mandem, not the fucking 16-year-old wannabe stab you pussios.
The guys from Top Boy?
But, so, anything else happen on your cruise? Anyone jump off the ship and get banned for life? Or any deaths on the ship?
No, but my sister kept telling me that she read a stat that 150 people die every year linked up to cruise ships, or that's not coming back in a port or falling off. So she's like, everyone travel in pairs. It's like, we're on the ship.
No, people die because they're old, man. Those old people that go on cruise
Well,
ships.
I'm sure,
they
yeah.
die.
But apparently she's worried about people kidnapping you and everything.
No,
it's like, we'll
man.
be okay. We're going to like the tourist trap areas. And the last island we went to in, it was called Great Stirrup Cay, and it was owned by the cruise ship. Apparently a lot of cruise ships now own private islands that they sail to, and then you
Yeah.
have to spend money on them. So it's like they're getting money on the ship as well as on their island, which all comes back into the cruise line.
Yeah, and then there's no other there's no other issues to worry about, like you said, with locals that are committing petty theft or any of that crap. It's just all their employees, all their resort, essentially. Yeah. It's
No,
not private islands like
the
that
food
these
was
days.
really good. We paid for the food and beverage thing, so we got to eat at 5 restaurants that were complimentary, and we chose to go to the Japanese village style one. That was pretty good, but it was like
Nice.
$70 a person, which is kind of ridiculous. You American too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, if you enjoy just the buffets and the basics, you have a great time on a cruise ship. But once you want like all the extras, that shit adds up quickly. Like, I don't know, what did they have for like amenities on your cruise ship?
What in terms of like the spa and everything?
Yeah, like spa, theater.
They had a
like,
theater.
How many pools? Do they have like a skating area? Do they have like a skeet shooting area, virtual golf, like all that kind of
shooting
shit?
shotguns on a cruise, that'd be nuts. No, they had a rope course that I think was for children, but I did it a lot with my niece. It was you get strapped up like a zip line, and then you're suspended with the little tiny platforms to walk across. But there's zip lines to get to each section, and the zip lines go over the edge of the cruise ship and come back in. And there was you can walk the plank, which is cool. They had a mini golf course there, which I was posted up at for a lot of the time, because you got to remember it was one family, my sister, her daughter, and her partner, and then my mom and her husband. So I was kind of flying solo a lot of the times, just trolling the ship, which was fun. But yeah, just grab a couple tequilas, go up, play some mini golf, do the rope course, try not to vomit when you get up there, because I don't like heights, but it was there. They had a basketball court. It was pretty good. There was a glow party one night. It was a good time.
Yeah, there's usually always different themes for different nights. It's cool. They keep it different, you know. It's not always the same. It's really nice.
Yeah. What about you guys? What did you guys get up to while I was gone?
Just work, man.
Yeah. Driving a lot? Nice.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Yep. Just driving here, driving there, man. That's about it. Going to interviews.
What are you interviewing for, if you don't mind talking about it?
Jobs.
Something with a paycheck?
Yeah, a place with a solid income.
Consistent
income, yeah. That'd be nice.
Health and dental?
I got a cannabis one coming up. I had a pace. I had one at a... It's like... they sell, like, your pay software at restaurants and stuff like that. Like, your tapping machines and your point-of-sale machines and shit like that. So we'll see. Never got a call back from them, but we'll see.
So you'd be like a rep for the company trying to sell it?
Yeah, I'd be a salesman rep,
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
So we'll see how that goes.
That's dope.
So you like Prince over Michael Jackson or what?
We got these shirts in Florida before we went to Busch Gardens, me and my sister's girlfriend, just to wear as hilarious. And when we got there, and this was through no foresight or anything. When we got there was actually a Prince that night, like a Prince celebration night. So everyone was like, "Nice shirt, man! You're here at the right time." Like we didn't even know that this was happening. We just got them because I don't like Prince better than MJ, but I do really like Prince. What do you mean what? What do you think?
I'm far from an expert on either of them.
And I know you think MJ's a pervert too, right?
No, that's just
No, but I know Fred, I think, does.
Well, no,
'Cause
see,
we kinda
I
talked
did for the
about it.
longest time, but actually, it's so, yet again, with no foresight. Earlier this week, I heard someone talking about it, because apparently there's like a Broadway play right now that's the life of Michael Jackson or whatever. And they don't talk about the pedophilia at all, which, of course, they wouldn't. But allegedly, according to the person who was saying this, the FBI investigated Michael Jackson for 15 years.
Couldn't get
about child pedophilia and could never find anything. Yeah. So if the FBI is looking into you for 15 years and they don't find anything, like those motherfuckers damn near never miss.
It's just a hit job, you know. It's like an Andrew Tate. It's just a hit piece by
so
whoever he wasn't playing ball for. Put that out
I'd have been
there.
Like pedophile, 100%. He's a pedophile. No. I didn't know they looked into like 15 years. The fucking FBI is looking into you, and if they don't find anything, man,
case
like
after case after case, right? There wasn't just one case, right?
And like Aaron Carter, before he died, said he spent mad nights there, and he's like, nothing ever happened. Macaulay Culkin said he spent mad nights with them, nothing ever happened. He's like, I never even got a vibe that any. But then these like two kids that don't have anything going for them make this whole special. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, pedophile. But now that I got a little bit more information, I don't know, man. He might not have been a pedophile.
Just a hit job on his character, man.
And I do like his music more than Prince's. I also know more of his music more than Prince's.
Like Prince,
besides like Purple Rain, I don't even really know much.
See, Prince made better Michael Jackson made better like pop music, like shit that sells real well. But Prince, I feel, was the better musician in terms of making
he's a better
like
musician.
Music
he played all the instruments.
Crazy. Well, yeah, exactly. I have more.
Michael Jackson's a better performer, though.
Yeah, the pop star, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Like he's, if you're trying to, go for sales, but even Prince sold really well, and he kept himself so isolated from everybody, and he kept so much of his, like, rights to his music, that he had so much money. Like, I don't know, I just respect him.
He didn't have more money than Michael. Michael owned his rights and the Beatles' rights.
Before he died, but there was a point in Michael Jackson's career where that was not the case, where he was like, he's not doing so well at all, and then he came back.
Rich as hell.
Yeah, no, for sure. But Prince ain't broke either, man. Prince had a great estate, and that guy lived his life to the fullest, I'm sure.
Who do you think would win in a fist fight between Prince and Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson all day.
No,
Prince.
Prince would dummy him. He used to hang out with Charlie Murphy and all those guys.
Yeah, man, I think Prince would beat the fuck out of him. I just feel he got some aggression. Wasn't
Michael the youngest sibling out of the Jackson 5? I feel like one of the youngest to get beat up.
Yeah, and he got even beat by his dad, too.
Yeah.
But
Joe Jackson.
That doesn't mean you know how to fight. That means you know how to take an ass whooping.
Yeah. That's all it takes. You're gonna be the last man
That's
standing.
not all
If you
it
take the
takes.
ass whooping,
That's not all it takes.
When he tires out, then you go after him.
If you gotta remember, that motherfucker's got cardio for days too. He's a fucking world class performer too.
Oh, I know.
And apparently he was nice on the basketball court, so I'm taking Prince in that fight.
He's nice on the basketball court. Nice.
You never seen the Dave Chappelle skit?
Nah,
Game.
no.
Blouses.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to swim with the waters
of
of Lake Minnetonka and enjoy a basketball
Drake
game?
and his crew versus fucking Prince and his crew. You know, like 80s Prince and fucking Drake, you know, mid-2010s.
Who's Drake's crew? 21 Savages or whatever the hell his name is?
No, but like Drake has, like, man, Drake has a private basketball court. I'm sure he just plays with a certain group of boys.
He has a
like,
league.
You know,
He has a league that plays in his basketball court. I think other celebrities are
Oh, yeah, that's
involved
true,
in it
actually.
too. Like I think like even I don't remember. I'm
Jack
grasping
Harlow?
at names. I don't think it was like a Jack Harlow or a Quavo or a J. Cole. They were like, yeah, no, like I'm in that league. Like I play on a different team in his league. But he's like, it was on a podcast. Maybe it was like a Maxwell Cream, but he was like kind of talking shit. He's like, but it's his league, so the refs, you know. It's hard to get a call on Drake, you know? He said some shit like that. He's like, of course he wins. It's his league. But apparently he is pretty nice at basketball.
Yeah, the first highlight when I Googled it was Drake just won another championship in his own basketball.
Yeah. Apparently he wins every year. And, like, even other rappers are like, I mean, yeah, it's his league. Like, we're kind of playing for the second place trophy here.
That's good.
funny.
That's fun, you know? You gotta have a little fun.
What's the other one that Ice Cube started? The Big Three? Did you guys ever watch
The
that?
Big Three. I've never watched it. I know what it is, but I've never watched it. Apparently it's pretty big in the States. Like, it actually gets coverage on ESPN. Well, maybe not not played on ESPN, but, like, they do the highlights and shit, and it gets on the ticker and shit.
That's dope.
It's like a 3-on-3 basketball league for, like, semi-retired basketball players, I think.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's
It's like
playing,
an
and even
all-star
Nate
league.
Robinson was in there for a bit, and then I think he stopped doing everything when Jake Paul punched him in the
Knocked
head.
him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Embarrassed the fuck out of him.
What's his name? Steven Jackson didn't play in it, but he coached in it. I listened to his Up in Smoke podcast a lot. He'll talk about
With
it.
Matt Barnes?
With Matt Barnes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Two very good people with very good basketball minds, with very good language that they use to describe everything.
They just get high as fuck on that
Yeah.
podcast too, and it's funny because they're two of the dudes that were in the league and like they didn't play that shit. You know what I mean? They were like goons in the league. So like people come on and players are like other players will come on and like Matt Barnes like nah, they just slammed them. He's like yeah man, he was pissing me off and he went for a jump shot. Matt Barnes like yeah, see right there, you should have just slammed him. And then Steven Jackson got suspended
For the Mouse and the
Malice
Palace.
in the Palace, yeah, going to the fans.
Who else
going
was
to-
that? Ron Artest,
Ron Artest,
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace, Jermaine O'Neal.
Rip Hamilton was suspended for a bit because he was just part of it.
Yeah, I don't. Those are the four main contestants. And I think like there was one more guy from the Pacers.
But
I think it
Ron
was, like,
Artest-
Jamal Tinsley or something like that.
Literally knocked that. Like I don't know if he knocked him out, but he caught him straight. The guy that was running onto the court.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Was it? Oh, that was Jermaine
When Jermaine O'Neal
Yeah.
fucking
And just
cockbacks and
boom.
dummies that guy and then even slips. Bro, that guy must have had the worst concussion.
Headache.
And then the worst part about it is the guy that Ron Artest actually goes up there and starts dummying isn't even the guy that threw the beer. It's the guy next to the guy that threw
And
the
he's just
beer.
starting
And he
the
just feeds him like
chainsaw.
2 or 3, and then the
Yeah.
guy that feeds the beer kind of gets into it, but then Steven Jackson walks up and dummies that guy. So
You gotta, getting punched by anyone is not very fun, but getting punched by a 6'8" NBA player that just lifts weights all day,
straight up.
can't imagine
And
that. feeling.
especially like yo, if Steph Curry had to punch me in the face, it'd be like, yeah, okay, it's like yo, that's Ron Artest and Steven Jackson, dude. Like those guys, Steven Jackson was in a shootout while in the NBA. Like those guys are not the dudes you want to fuck with, bro. Like there's just a couple guys that got to the NBA that you could tell they had to like Boogie Cousins
Oh yeah,
and what was that other Zach Randolph?
Zebo.
Like that guy was a legit gangster. The one, what was it? He was lining up for a free throw and the
Yeah,
one,
with DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah,
and then
DeMarcus
he said
Cousins
bullies
says-
gets bullied.
yeah,
by
he says,
yeah.
I'm a bully. I bully people. And the guy looks at me and goes, yo, where I'm from, bullies get bullets.
Yeah.
He says, what? He goes, you heard me, bullies get bullets. He said it right in the game. And he played his whole career in Memphis.
Yeah, Z guy.
Like, that guy's a straight up G, dude. Like, Zebo, that is a fucking G. Anyway, let's move on from basketball gangsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well do it. What are we going to start here with?
The first sauce is gonna be wasabi. I'll mix it up for you guys. I just had some questions that I was gonna ask you guys, and whoever got it wrong has to eat first. If you guys want to do that.
Yeah,
okay.
sure, whatever. Isn't wasabi green?
Yeah, but that's why this is gonna be very interesting.
probably wasabi in the sauce, but it's not like pure wasabi. Like it's a wasabi spiced sauce, but it's not a wasabi based sauce. If that makes sense. Like wasabi's in there, but it's not the
Probably
main
mostly
ingredient.
vinegar.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
Well,
probably
if
all
it's,
mostly
trust me, if
vinegar,
wasabi
yeah.
was the first sauce and it was pure wasabi, that'd be a spicy challenge. Like that.
It would just be
that was
tough
one
to
of
eat because
11.
it's so pasty. Okay, you guys can debate this while I'm mixing it up. What is in the 20th century, so 1900 to 2000? What's the best decade?
For what? To live in, to party in, to like,
The best.
For what though? Like,
I'm gonna say the 70s. That's when Woodstock and shit was, right?
60s. Yeah, late 60s.
You're busy, I got
But yeah,
it.
like hippies were around the 60s and 70s. Yeah, like late 60s, early 70s, around the Vietnam War area.
Woodstock,
69.
1969.
Yeah. But yeah, so you would like the hippie generation. You like almost like 65 to 75.
Yeah, I think being in the hippie generation would be cool, man.
Thank you.
Being in the 90s would be okay, but I don't
You
know.
were there though.
Not really. Yeah, I was born in '89, so like I was in the '90s, but like being an adult in the '90s, I mean, would have been kind of cool. But
I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
I'm
the
gonna say
80s
like
would've been
75
cool.
to 85. Can I do that? Yeah. I'm gonna say that.
Yep, that's allowed.
I don't even know why.
It's wrong, but that's allowed.
I don't know why I'm picking 75 to 85, but that's what I'm picking.
I'll take it. Dan?
What are you choosing? Where you're living in that decade? too?
Sure, because I got the correct answer is. I'll let you go after. But whoever's more wrong has to eat it first.
Wait, no. I'm gonna change my opinion if I can choose where.
Okay,
I'm
you can
living.
have one mulligan for the whole 5 wings. So if you're gonna use yours now, then this is the now. You might want to use it
Nah,
later.
I'll just take it. Fuck it.
Try
Whatever.
to add some suspense to it.
If I could change it, whatever. Fuck it. I'm gonna change it. I would pick to live in California in like the Blow era, like the movie Blow, like when George Young moved to California. It was just like
Johnny
hippies
Depp.
and weed, and I mean, not appealing to me, but I guess cocaine. I mean, I guess if I grew up in that, I probably would have tried it. But I don't know, man. That seemed like a cool fucking era to live in. That would have been dope.
Dan?
Probably like 1900 to 1910, and like
Where everyone's dying of fucking
No,
malaria and
as
shit. Or
like-
not malaria, the
listen.
mumps.
no, as like a British professor or something living in Egypt. You know, when they first started like really excavating like the pyramids and shit like that, like the Sphinx and everything else. There was some cool shit going on in northern Africa in the like late 1800s, early 1900s that we don't even know about to this day anymore. So I kind of want to check that out.
That's cool, but it's also wrong. The right answer is the 1990s. So,
I like how you were waiting for him to finish. But yeah, that's cool. You were wrong. You weren't even
yeah.
listening.
I mean, we all lived in the 90s, so we were all there. So
it's
all
the
good.
best. The 90s has everything. It had YTV. It had
MTV.
Oh my
everything. Every TV started in the 90s.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake. The
Tupac.
Bro,
the
what
Backstreet Boys.
Biggie.
I'm not even,
I think
that-
Lunchables and Kinder Surprises
I don't
came
even
out in the
take any of that
90s.
into consideration for the decade. That's not even that. Who cares? That's so superficial, bro. That's like
That's the fun of it.
Nirvana.
shotgun in the face. Okay.
So what, are we all doing this at the same time?
Yeah, might as well. I just got some on my tongue.
I can smell it.
Is that vinegar based or whatever? Yeah,
That wasn't that
very
bad.
Vinegar. No, it's not spicy. It's just very vinegary.
It smells spicier than it tastes.
Yes, I would agree.
That one wasn't that bad. You want the other kind of pop? If things get wild here?
I ain't worried about today. Part B is gonna be the worrying part.
Fair enough.
Also, oh, sorry. And yeah.
What else? What's the next thing we can start contemplating? Sorry, we got Zach running around here like a madman.
Zach is everything today, chef.
You know what? Yo, you should almost try to get Pierre for the second part of this. I feel like that'd be hilarious.
I'll ask him. We'll see what he says. That would be funny. I'm not sure what I've never heard about him eating spicy
Me
food.
neither. And he's like, straight up like British. So I don't know.
So you're saying his palate might be modest?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if spices
Milk
really.
is spicy.
Maybe not actually. Maybe I'm just setting them up for failure.
I'll save this one for one of the tougher sauces. You know how a lot of people are like when you're eating wings, they like the flats or the drumsticks.
Yeah.
Which is the correct answer?
I mean, if you want to be a purist for wings, probably the flats, but I like the drumsticks better myself.
Yeah, it's almost like a personal preference. To be honest, I don't think there's really a wrong answer. They're both so goddamn good. I'll say flats, I guess. I mean, I like drumsticks too, but you said drumsticks, so I'll just say flat, whatever. But really, they're both like.
Yeah, they're both part of wing.
Yeah, I don't prefer one to the other. If I was in a grocery store actually, and there was a thing of just flats and a thing of just drumsticks, which one would I buy?
I'd probably do the drumsticks.
I'd probably go drumsticks.
I'd probably get chinced more on the flats. You know, like you don't get as like. It's easier for the company to
Bone
rip
to
you
meat
off.
ratio is better
you know?
in drumsticks. Yeah. Fucking, we got Gordon Ramsay over there, fucking sous chefing up shit. I like that you're doing this with us too. I thought it was just gonna be us two.
No, it's good.
I like that he's in on it. So we're moving up to hot sauce number 2 now.
This one is what based? It's just hot, right? This is hot, so it's regular hot sauce, whatever regular hot sauce is made out of.
Usually mostly vinegar.
Yeah.
Well, that was a little nice in the nostrils.
The correct answer was what Fred said, that they're both good, so you don't have to pick one. If you have to choose one, then you shouldn't probably be eating wings.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready, Dan?
Yeah. Let's go.
Just tastes like Frank's.
Yeah. It's like that's what I'm saying. Whatever red hot sauce is made of.
That just tastes like Frank's Red.
Okay, next question. Name all 6 original NHL hockey teams.
I could probably do that. I'll let you go first.
All 6 original.
Mm-hmm.
The Montreal Canadiens.
Yep.
I'm guessing the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yep.
Boston.
Yep.
I'm gonna say New York.
The Rangers, yeah.
Yeah.
I think. I'm even not 100% sure. Like, I know the first 2 are right. The American 4, I'm not 100% sure about.
Oh, fuck. And then what else is up there? Detroit or something like that?
I think it's Detroit and Chicago. I think the last 2 were Detroit and Chicago.
It would all be right around the Great Lakes there.
Yeah,
that's where it
but those 6 were the 6 I was going to list. I think those are the 6.
Hockey. That's just a lot. For me, it was just a logical deduction where I was like, all right, that is where it originated from. And I know the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, I can see in the map. Yeah, they're all up on the top there.
So what did you guys say again?
Montreal, Toronto, New York, Chicago, Detroit. Boston, Detroit.
Correct. So I have to eat it, I guess, but we're all eating it.
You eat all 3? No.
All good.
I bought a chocolate milkshake for this. I haven't had to use it yet.
Yeah, next one. For anyone wondering, producer Zach's dad found a cool hot sauce challenge pack at Costco, made out of 11 hot sauces. So that's what we're trying today.
Yeah, we should have actually.
Depending on how successful this goes, maybe we'll actually invest in the hot ones, hot challenge, freaking.
Thank you, sir.
Packs and see what they have for sauces and try that and. Maybe
that one's a little bit more nice on the nostrils.
Maybe we'll have to get Din in to try some of these to redeem himself after that.
One of the guys on my soccer team actually was like, man, I saw the clip of the chip challenge. How fucked up was that? I was like, well, for us it was fine. For him it was a little fucked up.
The aftermath was quite surprising. I did not expect for him to...
You think he embellished it a little bit?
Nah, dog. I think he was not having a good time. I can see how bloated he was. Din could not hide. He's a little guy. He can't hide when he's completely fucking bloated. His body was not having a good time. He was...
Oh, you already ate it.
My bad, sir. My bad. Let me get some... Make sure I really rub it in. Thank you, sir. Delicious. So far, I haven't had anything yet that's especially spicy.
These are all just hot sauces you could get at grocery store, fast food restaurant.
Oh, it's 1 through 11, so it's got to be. You can't start.
Yeah, we're only 3 deep, right?
Yeah. And this is the Costco one. It's not like the hot ones. Like the hot ones.
Fuck, I'm getting Zach to put on the pedometer steps over there today.
He didn't have a straightening this morning. This is his cardio replacement, I guess.
So this one's mango flavored,
Ooh, fire.
but we could always just do something crazy at the end and skip up a few for the very last
The one we just did or the one we're about
This
to do?
one, the last one you just did was garlic, and this one's mango.
Yeah, we'll do this one. This is what, 4 in?
This is 4, and then we have the last one's Cajun, which I'm guessing is just going to be another flavored hot one.
Yeah, let's skip up a couple for the last one. Let's get
The
at least
last
some
one or
sort
the
of hot
last two?
reaction.
Well, why don't we... Hold up, no. Let's do the first 5.
I want the last one to have at least some, like...
Okay, well then we'll hop
Yeah, but
up,
we can do the 11th one as like a treat after.
Yeah, we can do-
We'll just still do the other ones.
Yeah,
and then we
alright.
can finish with the 11th one again on the next one, because it's just going to make whatever it is hotter
Then
anyway.
we'll see how much
Alright.
difference there is
As we're
between...
planning out how to
We
do
got
our
the nuggies for
podcast. What?
We got enough nuggies for that?
Yeah.
'Kay.
I think so. I'll just
Yeah.
cut them in half if we don't.
Fair enough. All right, let's do that.
Okay, the next question is...
Oh, Nico just woke up, he told me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I want you guys to go back and forth while I prep this wing to see who can name, like, you got to name a U.S. state, then you do, and go back and forth, and then whoever
Okay.
runs out of ones to say.
California,
Ohio,
Texas,
Manitoba. Oh, fuck Manitoba. Montana,
Idaho,
Connecticut,
Iowa,
Florida,
Washington,
Oklahoma,
Oregon,
New Mexico,
Nevada,
Arizona,
New Hampshire,
Washington.
No, I already said that.
Washington?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing is we're gonna forget which ones have been said. You already said Oregon. Did we say Utah?
Nope.
Utah. That's the thing is that we need to like scratch them off.
Vermont.
You already said Vermont. That was your last
Maine.
one. New England.
New York. That's a state.
Wait, New England.
Who's the state?
Massachusetts.
Yeah, Massachusetts. Yeah. South Dakota.
North Dakota.
South Carolina.
North Carolina.
Virginia.
West Virginia.
Tennessee.
Alabama.
Arkansas.
Georgia.
Mississippi.
Kentucky.
What's that? Well, Missouri.
Pennsylvania.
I'm trying to think of the small ones that are all up there. New Jersey. Did you say that yet? I don't think so.
That's you haven't said it yet, and it's correct as well.
It's part of the tri-state.
Um,
Ooh, I know one.
You're getting there.
I'm just trying to think of the ones we haven't said. Like
You're
I know
thinking
I
of-
said New Mexico.
You guys are forgetting some in the Midwest,
Yeah,
the
that's
center
what
of
Colorado.
Fuck you, I was gonna say.
It's further east.
We said Utah, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. I said Idaho, Iowa, Montana, what else? Arizona, New Mexico. Fucking. What else is in like Tornado Alley? We did Tennessee, we did Kentucky, we did Ohio. Arkansas? Did we say that?
Said that already.
What else is left? Fuck.
I can think of 2.
I'm trying to think.
Okay, Dan, you get 5 more seconds, and then it goes to Fred. And if he guesses one, then you have to eat it first.
That's not a problem.
You got. It's supposed to be dramatic.
Illinois? Did we say Illinois?
No,
Nope.
that was one of the 2. Wisconsin.
That's right.
Michigan? Did we say that?
Ooh, I don't think we said Michigan. Okay. Fuck, there was one more that I had stored in the back of my head. What was it?
I'm pretty sure no one said where I just was.
Florida? Really?
Yeah, we said Florida. I said Florida.
Yeah, I
that was one
gonna
of the
say, I
first,
was
like,
yeah,
the
like,
first
when we
5.
started off with Texas and California, I was like, we gotta get the big ones out the way. I got this.
Kansas.
Alaska.
Hawaii.
Is Puerto Rico count? Well, not really.
No.
Fuck. Oh man.
There can't be very many left.
There's a couple around like New England, that area that we haven't said yet.
Probably.
They're like the really small motherfuckers, like up in Vail, Monterey.
No, but
Okay.
we said Rhode Island, we said Maine, we said Massachusetts, we said a lot of those small ones. Which ones can you think? Whatever, fuck it. But that was just getting.
Give us another hint.
Or just say which ones we've missed. There can't be that many.
Did you guys say Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Did you guys? Well, I was doing the thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys say Delaware?
No.
Did you say Maryland?
No.
No. Oh,
So-
fuck! I should have known Maryland. I've been to Maryland. Fuck.
But yeah, that's basically you got.
Minnesota. We didn't say Minnesota either.
And you also forgot Louisiana.
Louisiana.
But you guys did pretty good for going back and forth.
You know, if we're not having like something in front of us, we can scratch it. Like we saw an open map.
That's right. I
Keep
should
thinking
have.
the same one,
I should
yeah.
have been more well. We'll try to get another day,
No,
and we'll
fine.
come up with a
That was
thing.
good. That's good. You know, we should do that with
You
like.
actually did a little bit better than I thought you were going to.
We can do that with different countries or with like capital states, like capital
That
cities.
one wasn't
and
even
shit.
hot.
No.
The mango one? That one wasn't even hot.
Delicious.
That was actually pretty good. Like there was no spice to that.
No,
I
it's just sweetness.
Really?
That's like a McDonald's sweet mango like
Yeah.
chili. You know.
Straight up.
Okay. Well, I got one more here. Oh yeah. So who won that big international trade a couple months ago? Was it the States or was it Russia?
Who won the what?
Who won the
It
trade?
wasn't even close.
Oh, well, Russia won the trade.
Okay.
Of course, buddy. What do we got? We
A
got
guy who had a movie made after him called The Lord of War. Or
One
a
of the best
fucking
movies ever. I
basketball
love
player
that
that got
movie.
caught with a half of fucking CBD pen. Like,
Yeah,
get the
like,
fuck
yeah,
out of here.
No man.
That wasn't even close.
International arms dealer that has connections out the yin.
That makes the Wayne Gretzky trade look good. Like, fuck. Make it look like the Oilers are geniuses.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a worse trade that's like official. I'm sure there's been some
Pretty
shitty
fucking
trades in
close,
the Cold
man.
War that we didn't know
It's
about.
one of the
but-
worst trades in
Yeah,
sports.
like 100%.
Apparently, like, he cried in his exit meeting, but, like, people behind the scenes are like, he wanted to go. Like, it was time for him to get out of Edmonton and go to a LA, to a New York. Like, it's not very coincidental that he went to Los Angeles for a couple years, got traded to St. Louis for a half a season, and then spent the next, like, 6 years in New York. You know what? Like, he knew what he was doing. It was time to go.
Yeah, he was just moving along in his career. I'm just like
They just could have
McDavid
got a
will
lot
eventually.
better back.
McDavid was gonna leave us here at some point.
Eventually he will, yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference now that, like, people could, is, like, the salary cap. Back then, there was no cap. So the Oilers could pay, the most we can give you, and we're, like, tinkering on bankruptcies, like, $10 million a year. And then the New York Rangers are going to be like, yeah, we'll give you 25
Yeah,
tomorrow.
no problem. Like
Not
that.
even,
Now what do you bat an eye? Yeah.
yeah. So that's, the salary cap is, like, one of the very few things that could maybe... Only thing is, McDavid's so good, people will be planning 2 years in advance for that free agent. It's like it happens to Kevin Durant. People will literally start making moves 2 years before you become a free agent, so that they have all of the cap
Everything's
space.
set up. Yeah, exactly. Well, they have to. Man, you sauced this one up good, eh?
They what?
This one sauced up good.
Holy fuck, Dan. You really sauced that bitch up.
Damn.
Thing's red as fuck. Mine's not that saucy.
Well, I rubbed mine in the bottom. I don't know. Yeah.
Mine's
I
pretty
didn't sauce-
saucy.
That was what I was saying. Like,
How about
I
you
saw-
drag the ball? Yeah, okay, and the other side's
Yeah,
pretty
drag-
saucy.
Is that okay? I'm sorry.
no, I like
okay.
it. I'd
Okay.
rather have more. I want to get some spice going here, bro.
Okay, well, this is the Carolina Reaper one, so
This is number 11.
this is number 11.
He's fucking with us.
No.
No, dude, he took it out when we were talking.
It smells like the Carolina.
Okay, you guys ready? I have chocolate ice cream if you need it. See, is that heat catching up to you now a
I
little
haven't
bit?
even eaten it yet.
No, but I mean
Anxiety's catching up to me now.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right, fuck it.
Definitely spicier. I'll wash my hands so I don't rub myself in the wrong spot.
That one's kind of heating up a little bit.
Yeah. Mouth's a little hot after that one. Can feel it on my tongue. The roof of my mouth a little bit. I came prepared, my boy. Yeah, that was hot. I can still feel it underneath my tongue. How you feeling? You don't want the other pop? You can have it, man.
What is it?
Iced tea.
Sure. Peach.
Holy fuck.
It's not that bad in that sense. It's like, you saw me, I sauced the fuck out of mine.
The underside of my tongue, man.
No, see, I do pretty good with spice. Like, it's not like... It's annoying. It's not, like, deadly. You know, it's not, like, bad. It's, like... It's tingling me in the ears, and that's the thing that annoys me more than anything. Like, my tongue's a little spice, but, like, the ear tingle. I hate that. So I was more annoyed than painful.
My ears aren't tingling at all. It's literally just like the fire sensation underneath my tongue.
Yeah, my tongue is very warm right now.
It's the top of the tongue. It's not the bottom. Producer Zach looks like he's having a good time.
Oh, man. This makes for great content for the last minute and the next minute, but fuck me.
I gotta eat KFC at my dad's place.
How's the ice cream?
Yeah, there's no way I would have been able to do that without that. That would have been miserable. That milkshake helped exponentially. My mouth is still on fire.
Well, we still have the Cajun Chipotle extra hot jalapeno, habanero green and habanero red.
Gasping for air.
For next one, it's hot. I like flavor spicy, but that last one was just like
Spicy.
yeah.
That was hot, yeah.
Should have made Beats do one too.
I should go wash my hand. Carry it down. I should go wash my hands real quick too.
Yeah, so don't rub that in the wrong spot. You don't want that in the wrong spot. It's gonna hurt, especially later.
Clear the sinuses out nice though.
See, this is like nothing compared to the chip. I can tell you that right now. The chip is like
Then I have no interest in
way
doing the
worse
chip.
than this. Because the thing is, the chip is dry. The chip is so powdery, it just sticks to you. Like, it doesn't go down. It just sticks.
What's your guys' favorite guest or episode of Hot Ones?
Oh, this thing's literally bone dry.
Of hot ones,
I just lick my fingers, man. I'll be good.
there's a couple really good ones, man. Like, it all depends what you want, what you're looking for. If you want something funny, you know, you look at the Bill Burr one or something like that. Or even if you want the meme one, you look at DJ Khaled.
Yeah, DJ Khaled's
If you want like a cool one, you look at Ramsey and how he critiques it and how he brings in his like milk fucking fire extinguisher or whatever the fuck that thing was.
I don't remember many of them but the babies for some reason. I don't know. I don't even remember why I remember the babies. I just remember watching that one. But I really don't remember very many episodes of Hot Ones, so I don't think I really have a favorite.
You shouldn't have told us that was the hottest one. That would have been funnier. We would have just ate it. And
I would have had no idea had you not said that. Because I wasn't paying attention to what you were doing over there at all.
This smells a lot hotter.
All right, well, it's subsiding, so I guess the
subsiding.
shelf life isn't the greatest, but which makes me wonder how terrifying those actual hot ones. You look like your tongue is swollen. You're like,
I gotta cool it off. Yeah,
just like you got stung like a bunch of bees on the tongue or something.
just directly on my tongue.
Well, thanks for sharing your iced tea with me, Fred.
Yeah, no problem, man. Whew. Okay, my mouth feels pretty good now.
Yeah, so
That was probably like what 3 minutes of
Discomfort.
mouth heat.
yeah, and it's subsiding now.
Fuck, I was sweating though.
Yeah.
Which kind of sets us up for interesting next week because we don't have the small ones to start off. We should just be going into direct heat. And we're going to finish with the Reaper one again.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Now that I know what's coming, I'm not gonna be looking forward to that very much.
And the other ones are hotter, so it's just going to... I'll try to make sure the rounds are a little less time in between so the spice is just compounding on top of each other.
Oh, yeah, no, that doesn't sound good. Are you doing what?
We need to make sure we bring an extra guest here so we can share the pain with someone else.
Yeah. I'll see what the old P-Dog's doing.
I don't know if he'd be down.
I don't think so.
Just tell him he can crush as many beers as he needs to get the hot wings down.
Yeah, there was a lot of Twisted Tea cans left over from the episode with Dre.
Yeah.
Which will... Oh, I guess I shouldn't say
You
that because
should've-
this is going to come out in a few weeks. I was going to say which will be up tonight at like 8 or whatever, but...
Which will be up 3 weeks ago at 8.
Yeah.
Yesterday
We'll have
we went out for his birthday. fuck, man, that guy's a wild boy. Like, he just, like, befriended the bartender. That being said, we were like, if they would have... Keeping us in their bar exponentially made them money. Because they would have made a lot less money without, like, the 10 of us there.
Yeah.
But, like, at one point, his one buddy was, like, pitching him ice cubes, and he was using a menu to, like, bat them. And then he let go of the menu by one point. It flew out of his hands and, like, cracked into the wall in the bar. I literally turned and looked at the bartender, and he went... And kept on going like nothing happened. He's standing on chairs yelling, "Twist my dick!
Twist this dick!
Twist this dick!" No one said nothing.
Oh,
was a
having
good
speeches,
time,
yeah,
though.
jumping on the chairs.
Was it just
having speeches.
alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
A
a
little
good
bit of
time.
weed probably,
Oh,
yeah, but...
yeah. That's insane.
But he was
How
like-
old is he again?
27?
Yeah.
Oh, he's younger.
younger than me.
Okay, well
yeah.
then that math adds up, yeah.
Yeah. But I've never seen an establishment just openly allow you to shotgun.
Bro, neighborhood dive bars don't give a fuck. Like,
Right?
they give this guy closed cans and he just whip out a fucking massive knife in the middle of the bar.
Yeah, walk into the bar with a knife and be like... It's like, yeah, no problem, bro. It's like every other bar. It's like, sir, you need to leave.
Yeah. I just kept ordering fucking food and fucking alcohol. It was a good time.
Those potato skins looked monstrous, though, that you got.
Yeah, they were proper. That's what the guy said. That's the best thing there. I was like, all right. The matzo sticks were good too. And the pizza was all right.
The pizza was really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind. That was good. That's all I had was the pizza. That one guy at the bar hated his life, though, eh? That bald guy.
Rick, or whatever his name was. What do they call him?
No.
Jim?
Jim was the guy that stayed, that was drinking wine, that stayed to the end of the night. The other guy.
The guy was, yeah.
He kept fucking glaring at us, and you could tell he was looking at the bartender, but the bartender's like, listen, man. There's 10 of them and 2 of you. Who do you think I'm going to keep in the bar? Like,
and they're spending money. It's not like we're just there, we kept, like...
drinks were, yeah.
Drinks, food was
I actually
flowing.
didn't have any
More
drinks,
people were
but I
coming
ordered
in. People
food,
did.
yeah.
That's the thing. You didn't even see everybody was there. Like, there's 4 other friends of Dre's there beforehand that he was there with for like an hour that had left already by the time you got there. And then there's you and another like 8 people that walked in
I'd
later.
say when we were there was probably
like, there's
10
probably about
people there,
15 and 20 customers that Dre brought in throughout the night, so it's like, and everyone spent good money, so yeah, the bar would be dumb to not have us there. And it's not like the first time he was there.
That Jack guy, like, what point in your, like, not to throw shade on anybody, but what point in your life do you just go sit at that dive bar and drink wine? It's like,
Bro,
something went wrong somewhere.
when your wife just pegs you every night and you don't want it anymore, you just go to the dive bar and drink wine,
And the VLTs, man, there was people there that's the whole 4 hours I was there, they were just sitting at that machine, man.
Bro, the VLTs are wild. That's like the whole establishment was 2/3 VLTs, 1/3 dive bar.
Straight up. It started as a restaurant, and they just, like, slowly started, like, regressing space from a restaurant to a VLT lounge, and it's like a cancer that's growing.
Yeah.
Man. You guys still don't watch The Last of Us, do you?
No.
You both fucking
Did you play in The
suck.
Last
I
of Us?
agree with you on that one, but I don't know. I asked you guys for a link, and none of y'all could hook me up.
I don't have any of that bullshit.
I just use my Turpy TV thing, man.
I heard didn't one of the guy's competitors or like Nate Sames, didn't he just get arrested for like a $28 million scheme of doing the same sort of thing?
No, you're talking about
Omi
and
and
Hellcat. Yeah. Well, no, he made the hardware for those first boxes. Like, he was looking at Fire Sticks, making those first boxes, and he finally went to jail for he's finally doing 5.5 years, and we paid $30 million back. But he's like, I'm happy with this. He's like, yeah, it's gonna suck for my family not having me there for 5.5 years, but he made way more money than the $30 million he paid, and he made way more money than he would ever done doing
Without
a normal
doing
job
that,
and not going to jail for 5.5 years.
Yeah.
It's so worth it. As long as nothing happens to him, he'll be alright.
So yours isn't a hardware box. It's strict. It's an app or something.
Correct.
It's a website you go to essentially. Yeah, it's usually still like you ever like you type
The
in an
hardware
IP
that I
address
use is
almost,
Google
essentially.
Chrome. It's just like a Chrome box not
yeah.
Google Chrome. That's the internet
Yeah,
fucking thing.
Chromebox.
Chromebox. It's called.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
The
Chromebox.
Chromecast.
Chrome,
Yeah,
whatever,
something like
and then
that,
you
yeah.
plug it in and you access that HDMI and it opens up a whole thing and like you can get onto your YouTube. It's almost like an Apple TV where all of your different apps will be there. Netflix is on there, blah 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 blah, Then there's these other apps that you have to contact this person. He tells you to download, and you get these other apps.
Well, can't my TV do that? I have all the apps on this TV as well. Couldn't I just get the same app you have instead of getting the box to plug in?
See, I don't know. He told me to get the box, so I got
Oh,
it was only like
That's probably the
$60
only
or
way to get it.
I think he just
downloaded.
operates better on it.
And maybe it has a VPN on it too or something.
I don't think so. I think he just operates better on it.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
he probably just knows that's his easiest way to get it installed properly. Because he probably, like, on the TV, you have limited options of what you can do.
And one app is for like quote unquote live TV, and then the other one's for dead TV.
Yeah, which is good.
What's dead TV?
Like like nothing on it is live. You couldn't watch a basketball game. You
Oh,
couldn't watch
okay.
a hockey
It's
game.
not all
You couldn't-
episodes and shit.
It's not what's on
Previews.
MTV right now. It's just movies and TV shows. You just search them up and shit.
That's
that
cool.
one's to be honest. If you don't have like, I enjoy watching sports and shit like that, so I don't mind paying a little bit extra for the live TV. But most people that I recommend, I would just say get the dead TV unless you like sports.
No, I'll pay my money for the Zone to watch my KSI boxing fights, and I'll be
Yeah,
happy.
your Misfit Boxing.
Misfits across the Zone. They signed for 5 years. It's gonna be a good time.
There's actually another show that I've been cranking out watching lately. It's called Blackbird, and it's about apparently it's inspired by true events. I haven't done a deep dive into the true events yet because I want to finish the show before I find out how much of it's
free
true or
spoil it
not.
for yourself.
Yeah. Excuse me, and that's why I don't want to play. I'll play The Last of Us after I finish the show. Because apparently, like, this last episode, there was some wild shit that went on, and apparently it was, like, scene from the movie. So a lot of people were like, yo, this was actually really good, because they don't usually do, like, a line-for-line, scene from scene, but, like, this was a pretty important part of the whole story, I guess. But then people, like, listening to podcasts and shit, people are like, yeah, man, but, like, I almost wish I hadn't played the game because, like, you didn't see any of those things coming. And he's like, I knew exactly what was going to happen. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but like, that's the people that read a book and then they fucking watch the movie. Like, you know, that's normal. That's the order that you're supposed to go in. The video games came first.
No, but see, I like doing it the other way. Like, if, like, I never read the Harry Potters. I've just finished watching them within the last, like, 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. I would like to watch the movie, then go read the book, because the movie's never as good as the book. Never.
Yeah, but that's okay because you know the book, you know the full thing, and then you can critique the movie. Like just comparing like how you envision the character by reading about them versus how like a movie studio envisions that character. It's so cool just to see the difference because now you'll always know Harry Potter as fucking Daniel Radcliffe in the book. You're always gonna think of that motherfucker when you read the story.
Yeah.
But in the other way around, it's all how you make the story seem in your head, and then you go see what Hollywood
like,
envisions.
I saw a thing on like a YouTube short or whatever. In the movie, Hermione's like played down to be way more innocent than she was in the books. Like in the movie, she's like, "Oh my God, we're breaking the rules. This is so exciting." And they're like, "What did you do with Hermione?" And then it cuts to the book, and she's like, "Yeah, that lady that writes for the press. I can't remember her name, but like the woman who writes all this shit about them in the newspaper. She goes and turns her into a bug and kidnaps her in a jar. Like that's gangster. Like she didn't do that in the fucking movies. She just complained about it." So I would like to get the little bit of the movies, then dive deeper with the books, as opposed to read the deep dive and then have it be limited. Because then you're always like, oh man, why didn't they put this in it? Why didn't they put that in it? Why didn't they do it like this? Nice catch. That was a great catch. I saw you cock that thing too. Are we fucking doing a war here or what?
Maybe. Even though, no, I only got one.
Well, that was your problem, bro. You left the big strap over here and took the pistola over there.
I was playing with Beast with that one earlier.
This was probably not pumped up, though. You did give me a clip.
There's a
Was
clip.
that ammo?
There's a clip in the bottom too.
So like a Halo battle rifle?
That is, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
God, good old David Albright got me that for Christmas when I was like 18.
Dave's the man.
Yeah. But if you can fire off a few rounds if you want, but if they strike me, then restitution will come.
I'm going to keep it on me just to see how it goes. Look at that trigger control. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, sorry. This Blackbird show. Sorry, I want to get into it real quick. It was apparently based on a true story. It's about this guy that was like a gangster. He had a bunch of bricks of coke and a bunch of guns and blah, 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 blah. He was a typical like drug dealer, had a bunch of money, whatever. He goes to jail. But then there's this other guy that they for all intents and purposes have every right to accuse this guy of being a multiple. I'm not 100% sure if he sexually assaulted or raped any of the women. I can't remember, but at least a murderer of young women. And he becomes a serial confessor where he just starts confessing to like all of these murders of young women, and then one of the counties like proves that he couldn't have done it. They're like, yo, he's literally in a picture over here 100 miles away from where this happened over here. So then they almost like discredit him for all of them. But then these other cops are like, well, wait a minute, but these ones add up that he did kind of do it. So it's almost like he copped to all of them to just like be labeled a serial confessor so that they didn't look at him for any of them. But they think maybe he did do some of them. So then, and this is where I don't know if this actually happened, but allegedly they go to the first guy, the drug dealer, who's apparently a very, very good talker and very good with his words. And they tell him, hey man, you have 10 years in this like decent jail where you're living pretty easy, but it's 10 years. You could go to this maximum facility jail, but you have to like get a confession out of this guy as to where he buried these bodies, because if we don't get a confession, he's going to walk for free. And if you do that, we'll let you out. But if you don't get a confession, you still got to serve your time. So this guy's dad starts dying, so he agrees to go to this jail to try to like get this confession out of this guy. So I'm like halfway through the show, but I want to know how much of it's actually true, because if that's even remotely true, that's fucking wild, dude. Be like, yeah, we need someone to get this guy to confess. Go to maximum jail and get it out of him.
But it happens all the time, though, man. Like, you know, like you gotta watch what you say to anybody in jail, because they'll fucking snitch you out to whoever.
Yeah,
for whatever.
That happens all the time. This does not happen all the time, where they say, you're in a minimum facility jail, we're gonna take you out and specifically put in this with this guy for the sole purpose of extract. Like,
that's something like FBI, CIA special shit, yeah. But like.
Oh yeah, talking shit in jail, and then your cellie goes and gets reduced sentence because you blabbed to him. That happens all the goddamn time. How much time do we have left? Should I fire up this joint, or we probably don't have much time left?
If you want to, it doesn't matter. I would say, I don't want to give us a time, but we're at about an hour right now.
Oh, okay, that's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep going, or what do you want to do?
I got some stats or whatever, but I just wanted to quickly say, you have on your tremor, but what do you call it? Tremors box? Your program thing? What'd you call
Chirpy
it?
TV.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't keep saying the name of it.
Probably
it's probably
not.
illegal.
Have you heard of the Murdaugh murders yet?
I watched it. It was on Netflix.
I thought it was only on American Netflix.
No,
it's on Netflix.
Oh, well, either way, did you like it?
Yeah, it was lots of those murder mysteries. For some reason, they always want to make them 3 episodes, which I don't understand why Netflix
probably some
does
sort of
that.
analytics, like that's how long they can keep
some sort of algorithm bullshit, but it could have been 2. They repeat themselves in those fucking shows so many times, man.
Is that where like the guy ran the boat into the fucking bridge?
Yeah. So
and the father came and cleaned up.
Well, that's just the beginning of it.
Yeah, well, it's always those rich white families down there that get whatever they want because they have connections.
Well, this is apparently
finally they're being exposed.
Their family was like the lawyers of this town, and then became like the judges of this town for like 4 generations.
Yeah, and they were embezzling money. Yeah.
But then, the youngest son was hammered drunk, takes a boat with
4 other people on it.
5 other people, because it was 3 couples. Wrecks it, one of the girls dies. Yeah. He pretty much like beats the case. Nothing really happens to him. But then they start looking into the family. Their housekeeper / nanny died because apparently fell down the stairs. But like 2 weeks before she died, the dad changed the insurance policy on his workers so that it was not individual insurance policies, it was a company insurance policy, so that the insurance gets paid out to the company, not the families. Then he didn't even give the family any of the money. So then that was shady as fuck. Then the other son, the older son, was apparently a closeted homosexual man, and his boyfriend wanted to come out to the family. So him and his football buddies, like, he set the kid up that he was going to meet him somewhere, went there, beat the fuck out of him with his football buddies, and killed him, apparently, or at least beat him up so much that the kid got charged, or I don't remember that part, but something happened there. Then the dad killed the youngest son, so the boat son, and his wife, who was apparently about to leave him. He killed both of them, then set up a hitman to come kill him, but he planned on killing the hitman once he showed up to kill him, so that he could tell the authorities, well, this guy just showed up to kill me. He must have been who killed my wife and my son. I just wasn't there when he showed up to kill them. And he would just got his license for being a lawyer revoked because apparently he'd been embezzling money from the company that his like great granddaddy started to fill his fucking opioid pill addiction. It's like, god damn, man.
Well, that's what happens when power stays in power for so long and just becomes so corrupt. Like there's no, you don't even realize how deep in the shit they are.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, buddy, always, man. They don't even realize how deep in the shit they are until they realize, and then they think they can get out of it because they're so deep in it, and then they always just dig the hole.
Imagine just being the one son left alive and not in jail. You're just like, what the fuck, man.
No, you just wait for whoever's gonna come kill you now. Whoever your daddy owed money is gonna come and get what he's owed.
Be like, I wasn't cool enough to get murdered. What the fuck, man?
Right? Like, why didn't he want to kill me? You like survivor's remorse, but
The
like
reverse
the
of it. Yeah, the reverse of abandonment issues.
Yeah. That's fun. And then like one of the kids that was on the boat. Well, I shouldn't say kids because I think they were like, underage drinking because I think the age is like 21
like
in the
18 or
States,
19
right? But I think they were like 17, 18, 19, yeah. But one of the guys, he was holding his girlfriend. Like, she was sitting on his lap pretty much. They hit the thing. She died. He survived. And she, like, they never surfaced. So he's like, man, I'm pretty sure I had a concussion and shit. He's like, I'm diving in the water trying to look for this girl and, like, I don't know, man. That's the one part of the story that really fucked me up was him. Like, his being like, yo, like, my whole life I was kind of like, like, closeted person. This person really brought me out of my shell, and, like, I loved this person so immensely.
That was
Yeah.
That's that one kid that was dating that blonde. Yeah.
Well, I think they were all blondes, actually. But
yeah, well.
To be honest, the three girls damn near look the exact same.
Yeah.
Like, it's like...
Yeah, well, there's always... It's never really... You don't feel bad for the people that do that shit to themselves, you know, like if it's a drunk kid and fucked up his boat and whatever.
That's the thing is he walked out of it with like the least injuries out of
people,
anybody.
Exactly, it's the other people that are involved that are not involved, you know, that are innocent essentially in a situation that get fucked up where it's like.
When the cops show up, apparently the kid that did it was smiling, and then that boyfriend's like, "Yo, keep smiling, dude. I'll beat the fucking shit out of you," like right in front of the cops. He's like, "Keep smiling, dude. I'll fuck you up." But I mean, of course, who
but that's because, like you said, his dad was running the fucking town with being lawyers and judges and everything else. He knew he was gonna get away with that shit.
They say in the show when that happened, he phoned it like their family phoned their family before they phoned the police when emergency happens because like the families would come and clear it up before they would. And then they even break it. They even say that when all the kids went to the hospital, they were all trying to be like
shut them up. Yeah, he was like,
let's just say it was the three of us and I was driving and it's my dad. They're going to Zach being like, you know, Dan was driving, right? And they're like, nah, man, Fred was driving. He's like, no, Dan was driving, right? And they're like, no, yours, like, we're not gonna ruin that guy's life. Your son was driving, and like, yeah, it was all.
At least they stuck together,
right? At least they were homies about it. Yeah.
Whatever happened to Kevin O'Leary's wife? She fucking ran over another boat a couple years ago while she was drunk as fuck.
I don't even know.
And that was another scandal where it's like, oh, O'Leary has money and like trying to get away with that shit. If you're drunkenly driving a boat, and you hurt somebody, you gotta pay for that shit. You can't just get away with it.
Straight up.
But similar situation.
Actions have repercussions, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you're that fucking rich, you have somebody drive the fucking boat for you. Where the fuck, like, when you're that fucking rich, you know, like, what the fuck, like, why the risk?
It says that she's been found. This was in 2019. Not guilty in her criminal trial for a 2019 fatal boat crash on a Canadian lake. Linda had been charged with careless operation of a vessel and was accused of drinking alcohol before the boat she was driving struck another boat, killing 2 passengers.
Damn.
And they found her not guilty, right?
Yeah, not guilty.
Killing somebody, driving a boat drunk.
Well, fuck.
Not guilty.
Look at Craig McTavish, man. Craig McTavish had a drunk vehicular homicide. The guy went on to not only play but coach in the NHL.
So did Matthew Broderick. I don't know if he was drunk, but he killed someone with his car too.
I don't even know.
But did he get charged?
Actor, yeah. He played.
I think he did jail time.
That's what I'm saying. But like, at least he paid for his crime.
Dude, it was like a year or two.
But at least it's something. This bitch got away with it, nothing.
Yeah,
not even a conviction.
A year in prison, and he struck a woman while driving under the influence.
Well, did she die though?
Yeah, manslaughter.
Can you look up one more for me?
Yeah.
It's a soccer player. Look up Marco. Oh fuck, what's his name?
Polo?
Marco Alonso. Alonso.
Oh, S-O, not Z-O. Oh.
I think he killed somebody drunk driving too, and he plays for Barcelona. He used to play for Chelsea. Like,
there's 2 coming up. One's white and one's not white.
He's white, yeah.
Is this Would he be like 26 years old or 33 years old?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, hold on here. Because one of these things says he's died.
No, this guy's definitely not dead. Well, whatever. There's a lot of athletes that... Danny Heatley,
Oh yeah, Danny Heatley killed his buddy Snyder, Dan Snyder.
he was also an NHL hockey player,
Yeah,
right?
they crashed a Ferrari into a brick wall.
Yeah.
But what you were talking about, it said he was the driver. Alonso, in May 3rd, 2011, was the driver in an accident causing the death of a young woman in Madrid. He was the driver of a car that collided with a wall, killing one of the passengers, a 22-year-old woman, having been driving at 112.8 kilometers an hour in wet conditions in a 50 zone with a blood alcohol content of .093. He faced 21 months in prison when sentenced in February 2016, but his punishment was changed to his 61,000 euro fine and driving ban of 3 years and 4 months, which has already been spent.
Yeah, and then he just moved to London for like 6 years, and then he just moved back to Spain like a year ago. It's crazy, man.
Well, people make mistakes, you know?
Yeah, but they should be held accountable for them. Like, unfortunately.
Shit, dog. I don't know, 61,000 fucking
To
euros?
him, that ain't nothing.
No.
That's nothing. That's like you getting fined $2,000 for drunk driving and killing somebody.
It's a lot of money.
Not as much as a life's worth.
Yeah, not as much as a woman's life.
Was it a woman? I don't know. Gotta take the Nico perspective here, you know.
The reviews of Dan do not reflect the reviews. I just say this every week. Every time we have a guest. The reviews of this person, or the views of this person do not reflect the reviews of...
We'll have a Law and Order disclaimer at the
Yeah,
front.
it goes by and they say it all real quick.
Yeah.
Legal jargon.
That's funny.
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, hopefully winter fucking fucks off soon, and...
Yeah, I'm pretty much
about
over
it.
this snow and this cold bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, that's been another episode of 7 Days Makes 1 Week. Make sure to...
Like, rate, subscribe, comment, share, ask us questions, suggest shit for us, and just have a good time and come back every week.
Peace.